He was. Yes, he is.
I'm
It
here.
is.
Sounds
here.
good, Steve. All right, I'll go and get started. That way we can get this thing done. All right, the time is 6:36 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting to order for the regular board meeting of Lower Valley Water District, which is Thursday, May 27th. At this time, if we could stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag to the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Thank you. This time, I open form. Ms. Medina, did anybody sign up for open forum?
No, sir. I want to find out.
Please be next. Hello? Have you ever mic on? Mute it. Ryan, can you? Ryan.
We're good.
Okay. Because somebody's got their TV on and it's hard to hear. Okay, next thing is a consent agenda, item 5 through 10. Does anyone have any questions on the consent agenda? Mr. Estrada?
No questions.
No questions, thank you. Mr. Trujillo?
No question.
All right, and Mr. Chavez?
No, I do not have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, I just have one question on number 9. And I did look at it, but just checking the revolving loan program. Are we, with all the new homes and stuff coming through, do we feel like there's a need for it still, or is the need been increasing? Who's the one that oversees that? That finance, Mr. Nunn, or who is that?
No. No, you don't have a.
Nobody?
Mr. G, I think you're muted.
Yeah.
Yes, I am, my darling.
Something's wrong.
That would be customer service. And
Okay.
Martha's on leave this week, so if you guys don't mind, I'd like to put that due out together, and then we'll meet with the finance committee to explain the whole loan program and where we are with it.
Okay, yeah. Yes, that's all question. Just know if there's still been a need. I know sometimes we've been kind of financing ourselves and just seeing, like I said, the increase of developments and housing. There's been any increase as far as people coming in to apply for the loan.
I would have to ask Mr. Aguilar. I don't think so. You'd have seen them now. But we do have 2 other programs that are helping our customers out. That's the Project Bravo program that help them with their COVID relief. And then now there's a American Rescue Act plan that we've entertained with the county. And I'll talk about it in the general manager's report. That's probably helping our customers as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All righty. If there's no other further questions, do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I so move.
I'll second the motion.
They've been moved by Mr. Trujillo and seconded by Mr. Chavez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
None opposed? That motion carries. All right, next item number 11, general manager report. Mr. Aldo.
Okay, so here we go.
There we go.
All right, you see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go. That's basically what we'll be talking about with regard to our engineering projects. The manholes are underway. We're working on locating the ones that were under asphalt or were difficult to find or were below grade or needed some adjustments. And so Frank Spencer is doing that right now as part of their contract. This is what the manhole rehab looks like after those inserts that we recently purchased to do 27 manholes. The average time for the manhole is somewhere around 4 to 6 hours instead of 2 weeks or whatever time it takes to dig everything out and do the work. Basically, they spray the manhole with high pressure water to remove any contents of the manhole that would obstruct the curing of the I guess it's some sort of a polymer, fiberglass polymer to the manhole, and then they attach this thing with glue and steam, and a few hours later, it's ready to go. And they do a really good job. They're giving us a 20-year warranty on that work, even though the vendor says that it's probably going to last at least between 30 and 50 years. So it's a really good deal. We've done 29 to date. We've got 3 more pending that they're going to do, including one that we're going to discuss in a little bit that just occurred off of Rio Vista and Lift Station 1. You guys wanted to see what they look like. That's what they look like inside, and they're going to last a really long time. We're still working the evaluation of that transmission line. What we have to do there is we have to now clear the line of any debris so that the contractors can get in and test the protection for the line. After we do that, we're going to cover the line with anything that at any point where the line has been exposed. We currently have some of our field operations personnel going through training for using a dozer, and we're going to rent a dozer to do that kind of work. This is the Effie Jackson project. That one's underway. This is one of our developments. Haciendas del Valle. I don't exactly know at what level that is. Ed, can you tell us more or less where that is? Daniel?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. That's right there on North Loop and Bauman, right there by the fire department.
Got it. Where the fire station is, that's the second piece?
Correct.
Okay, got it. Mesa del Norte, we're working toward that. The engineering firm has already been given a notice to proceed with regard to providing all of the paperwork we need to TCEQ to seek approval for it. We're just pending the purchase of the property in the area to be able to start the physical work there. So as soon as we've got property, we're going to begin the construction of that lift station, of that sewer plant there. Lourdes and Conquistador, what we've done here is in order to save some time and some money with regard to having to purchase some property on the Conquistador side of the project, we opted to ask our consultant engineer to seek easements through those 2 vacant fields to get us to the lift station instead of going through TxDOT right-of-way property. The TxDOT was estimated by the engineering firm to be somewhere between $750 and $1 million. I don't think it would have cost that much, but they were very stringent on what we had to do on a TxDOT right-of-way. If we secure an easement, we're going straight through farmland, and it's going to be a lot less, a lot cheaper for us, and we don't need to purchase any property in the Conquistador subdivision. This is our human resources report for the month.
Jerry, go back one. You may, please. What would that, on the very far right, that large red bar, what does that signify?
The 2020 turnover rate.
That's right.
So in 2021, it's gotten much better. December, man, we'd have to go back to December to see what happened. But we had, I think, 2 or 3 employees resign and I think 1 retirement.
Got you. Okay, that's I just saw that big bar and I thought, what is that? But now I got it. Self-explanatory. Thank you, sir.
We promised that guy we'd have the party for him as soon as we're able to have an event. So these are our current openings. We resigned ourselves to always have either pipe layer or meter reader openings because they're both entry-level positions, and a lot of our meter readers actually end up being some of the pipe layers. So there's always a turnaround at our lower level positions as they seek movement throughout the district to enhance their careers. These are our claims for the month. We're working on lessening those claims. And the way we're doing it, we have an accident review board that meets to see when it's the employee's fault, what the employee is up against with regard to any disciplinary action. And at the same time, see what lessons we've learned so that we can apply them in the future and not revisit the same accidents over and over again. And all I can say is the cameras are working very, very well. The cameras will tell you when, it'll alert you when there's some harsh stops or some improper driving. And all you have to do is check through the camera to see what the driver was doing at the time that occurred. And you can actually have them go in front of the review board because they violated some of our procedures. They ran a stop sign or did something crazy. This is records management. Okay, regulatory enforcement. We had a sewage bill, I think 2 weeks ago on a Thursday night. One of our bypass pumps, while we're working on fixing some of our lift station pumps, one of the bypass pumps off of Rio Vista failed and it started to cause a sewer spill. We got there in time to be able to control as much as we could, but there was some damage that we filed through the TCEQ. We also had another sinkhole, another collapse of a manhole, again off of Rio Vista Road next to the railroad tracks. Let me see if I've got, yeah, next to the railroad tracks there. And we've asked this same company that did that refurbishing of the manholes to come back and do that one as well. I think that's an agenda item for tonight. There it is. There's a sinkhole at the bottom right. So far, we've had, I think, 3 sewage spills that we've reported to TCEQ, and no fines levied against us as of yet. Our compliance is doing fine. We had our water survey that's going through the chain of command so that we can submit it to TCEQ, TCEQ on time. This is cross connection and how they're doing. Basically, cross connection is a requirement to impede any backflow from residential water to coming back into our system, especially if they own horses or have a swimming pool or several residents at the same lot. And we estimate the cross connection team estimates that there's about 7,000 to 8,000 customers out there that require a backflow, and they're doing their share to be able to get as close as they can to that. I think we're up to about 4,000, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got a long way to go, but it's generating some income for the district. Sorry, guys. With regard to our infrastructure, we're now putting everything pretty much on a munis schedule so that all of the people that have to do maintenance on our sewer systems and some of our water tanks have to respond to a work order levied by the system. And that way we keep track of all of the maintenance schedules and make sure that the maintenance is being done regularly and on time. This is the septic haulers report. These are the people that are dumping the septic at lift station 7 in Clint. And then there's a special chart for the pilot, just so you can see how much income the pilot is actually generating. That's just one account that dumps over at lift station 7. This is a fats, oils, and grease program. Basically, what we've tasked them to do is we have some contaminants coming into the sewer system at the Bustamante plant that is run by El Paso Water. And so we've asked the FOG people to concentrate on the Horizon Boulevard, Rio Vista, and Moon Road areas to make sure that we find what's causing those contaminants to hit our system. At the same time, we're looking for those massive amounts of adult diapers and wipes that keep getting dumped into our lift stations that are causing pump problems. Customer service. The IVR program is working great. We're at about 1/4 of all of the transactions that take place are taking place through either our RVR or online bill payment system. So it's moving along fine. We found that we've already saved a lot of customer service hours with regard to answering the telephones. And so we're going to put some of the customer service personnel to help us in other areas that we need some help. You'll never put it in. I don't know why this town is like this. I don't know if other water districts have the same thing, but there's always people that want to come in, they want to play through the window, and they want to pay in cash. It's going to be very difficult to change the way they do things. This is what our meter readers are doing. I think last month we had 8,000 meter reader work requests. Right now we're at 10,000. So those guys are busy as well. Basically, what I also like to say is we are pending the money from the Texas Water Development Board on the new meters. We had to go through a 30-day review period, which expires, I think, tomorrow. So after tomorrow, on next Monday, we're going to call them again to see if we're ready to put that out for bid. The reason I say that is the meter reader workload is increasing because more and more of our old meters are failing and they can't be read electronically. This is new installations. As you can see, the developments are starting to sell a lot of their properties. And so this is pretty much 2 personnel that are handling all of our new installation accounts. And that's a lot of work for 2 people, and they're generating a significant amount of income for the district. Our water rights technicians, they're basically getting ready for the water season to begin sometime after June 6th. I think the first watering is scheduled between June 6th and June 9th. This is our collections person and the tampering fees that we've assessed. This is the IT department, their help desk, and what they're doing. They're developers. I'll show you one of the most recent programs that they put together for the FOG program. And then GIS, we're going to showcase the GIS effort. We have a new employee. Her name is Carolina. Is it Cervantes, Ryan?
So Carolina Cisneros.
Cisneros, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And she's done an excellent job with regard to the GIS infrastructure that we're producing. This is just our usage, our email usage. This is the Samsara piece toward the vehicle use and the number of gallons that we've used and everything. The idle hours is idle hours that we have to do. Basically, the trucks are kept running while they're waiting at the landfill to go in. And they're also kept running to make sure that all of the lights, the warning lights, are on the vehicles while they're out on the street doing some of the work that they do. And here's some of our GIS data. Right there. What you see there is all of our businesses that are supposed to be inspected by our FOG program. Okay. The ones in red are the ones that are closest to the lift station that require an immediate look, an immediate inspection. And then the yellow ones, the orange ones are a little bit further out, and the yellow ones are a little bit further out. So our inspectors are being told, go to these lift stations, start with the lift station and find the nearest restaurant or commercial entity, car wash, or whatever it is, and inspect not only the entity, but the nearest manhole as well. So that if you see contaminants in the manhole, you can see that those businesses, one of them is actually the cause of the contaminant. And it's working really well on the GIS side of the house. At the same time, they're also determining how the sewage flows. And this is actually really useful for us, the engineers and the companies that do some of the manhole work for us, because they know what direction the sewer flow is going and what to expect with regard to eventual modeling of our sewer systems and which ones need to be either refurbished or enlarged. Carolina's been with us, what, a month?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, so she's done this all in the span of about a month for us. Excellent work. Solid waste. We've been recently talking about our commercial container accounts. Mr. Magallanes can't buy them fast enough. Basically, he buys the containers and they're out. People want commercial containers in a big way, and they're using them all. At the same time, we also have an increase of people having more than one container at their residence. These are our landfill fees. Our fuel fees. One thing we'd like to note is here that Mr. Magallanes carries the budget for fuel for everybody in the district. And so the emergencies that we've all had to work on, especially running the bypass pumps, are part of what Mr. Magallanes has to pay for. And he's pretty close to $50,000 just for diesel for those bypass pumps during emergencies that we've had. Unaccountable trash. You can see the increases just taking place month after month. We expect at keeping at 5 employees per 1,000 customers. Mr. Magallanes is at about 1.75 employees per 1,000 customers. He may require another driver by sometime between now and the end of the year. And you can see our commercial work orders just going crazy, just keep increasing. And this is the customer count for solid waste. The customer count for customer service is 19,500 más o menos. And for solid waste, it's 18,242. This is mechanic shop and what they've been working on for the month. And this is the type of work that they've done. And these are the 3 efforts that they had to send out for work. And that's it, guys. Let me see if I can get us back now.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Any questions for Mr. Ralph?
I have a question. On the solid waste, we're gonna start charging extra for the residential containers that were overflowing. Are we doing that?
Yes,
We are.
yeah. And I think we're charging them $25 when they dump a mattress in as well.
Yeah. I just know that most of the containers where I live are overflowing. So,
Yeah, and it's easy to detect because the truck camera, the Samsara camera,
mhm.
covers it. Hey, thanks, Ryan. I was trying to find getting rid of the share screen.
No, I just can't believe that they're paying extra when all they gotta do is rent another can for $6 a month.
At $6 a month. Yes, sir.
Can't believe they're paying the extra fee.
They probably say, well, I'm gonna do it just this month, and before you know it, they're paying the extra.
They've been doing it. I've been here 14 years.
But you know, I agree with Mr. Estrada because I see quite a few containers and they're full, and I'm like, how did they prefer to pay extra than to get another? Yeah, you see that quite a bit.
Send them a letter explaining the fees and all that.
That's a good idea. As we give them the fee, we can tell them. I think we do. You know, you can get another container if you want. But we'll make sure we send them something in writing on their during their billing, so that they know what they're spending, and then they can be spending less if they just get another container.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're eating into Mr. Magallanes' profits, okay?
Yeah, I'm making money, but it's hard to believe that they're paying extra.
Yeah.
I do is rent another can.
But it could be that maybe they don't really realize they can get another one. I mean, I'm sure they do, but maybe not.
Or something.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Carrasco, you want to continue or you want me to take over?
Yeah, Ms. Villa, you're more than happy to.
You're doing a good job, so.
Never get
Okay,
compared.
if no one has any questions regarding the general manager's report, thank you, Mr. Grijalva. We'll move on to item 12. Consider and take action to approve lease agreement with Pitney Bowes for the Relay 5000 inserting system. Rosa.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, board members, Lower Valley Water District staff, Ms. Blanco. The administration is seeking board approval to continue services with Pitney Bowes by allowing the general manager to sign a 48-month agreement to lease the Relay 5000 inserting system. The equipment is needed to process utility bills to be mailed to district's customers. The lease includes the equipment and maintenance agreement for the equipment and the software needed to operate it. Equipment for lease services is conducted through the buy board under the state local fair market value lease. Currently, the district is leasing from Pitney Bowes a Relay 3000 inserting system. The Relay 5000 is an upgrade to keep up with the increase of new accounts. The administration is seeking board approval from board members to approve the 48-month lease agreement with Pitney Bowes in the not to exceed amount of $48,945.12. The district will pay $12,236.28 annually. So if the board does not have any questions, a copy of the breakdown on the lease was provided to board members on their agenda. So if you have, if there's no further questions, we like to proceed with the lease agreement with Pitney Bowes for 48 months.
Did you all meet with the finance committee on this?
Good
No.
question.
No, I don't recall discussing
No,
this.
yeah, I believe so. It's something I think that would somebody need to be doing, correct? I mean, something that it's needed on a regular basis.
Yes, it is needed for the operation of the district to send the bills, and there is an annual fiscal cost of 12,000, I believe, 12,236.28. But because the total amount of the lease goes beyond the 25,000 that Mr. Grijalva has authority to sign, we had to bring it to the board.
And is there anybody else? But there's nobody else, right, Rosa, that does it? I mean, it's pretty much.
Well, in the past, the district has gone out to bid to lease equipment, especially with the customer service machine, and for some reason, from what I understand, that our bills are designed in some kind of way that not all vendors that can provide the service will accommodate to the size of the bills. I think we've gone from card to going back to letter and inserting them. So customer service has been, Pitney Bowes has been reliable, and they're working out for them. So,
Do they give you a bulk rate?
bulk
No.
rate,
I think we went competitive, right, Rosa? But let me explain why Pitney Bowes. The previous machine we leased from Canon, but it's a Pitney Bowes machine. So we figured, okay, let's go to Pitney
Go
Bowes.
directly with Pitney Bowes, yeah. Okay. All righty. I think if no one has any questions, and it's something we definitely need, I so move to approve item 12 as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Seconded by Mr. Chavez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Rosa. Item 13, discussion and possible action to approve the interlocal agreement with Isleta del Su Pueblo for wastewater service. Are we ready for this one this time around?
Yes, ma'am. Madam President, members of the board, Mr. Blanco, staff. Yes, ma'am, this is a third time's a charm, actually. Before you, I submitted a signed contract that was signed by the Pueblo, the governor, and their legal counsel. This is the project that we've been talking about for the Santiago Bustamante wastewater extension line that's also on the agenda that Mr. Long and Mr. Hernandez has to put. This project is an interlocal that we've been working on that they need to service on their Pueblo land. So I'm asking if you can please approve this item so we can go ahead and make this contract, and so we can go ahead and go forward with this project, Madam President.
And I believe last time we tabled that we pretty much had everything in order. We just had a couple of things to air out, and I think they've all been, all the T's and I's, T's crossed, the I's dotted, right?
Yes,
Does anyone in the engineering committee have anything to say regarding this, or you guys are okay with this?
No, we talked about it. We're okay with it.
Alrighty. If no other director has any questions regarding this, there again, I so move to approve the item as presented to us.
I'll second.
Seconded by, was that you, Mr. Chavez?
No, Henry.
No,
Oh, Mr.
Mr.
Trujillo.
Trujillo.
Yes.
He must have taken his vitamins. He sounded so young today. Item 14.
Hey.
Item 14, discussion.
Thank
and
you.
possible-
Thank you.
We haven't voted yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Number
Thank you. Item 14, discussion and possible action regarding any connection cost, fees, or any other charges associated towards connecting to the district system for those in the Pioneer wastewater project area. Mr.
Good
Flores.
evening, Madam President, members of the board, and staff. Before you this evening, I have an agenda item that we talked about in the engineering committee and also on the finance committee that we met. What we are doing is a short line extension that our staff is actually doing. It is a project that has a total of about 13 connections. There are 9 residential lots, 4 commercial. And what we are asking is some kind of guidance from you all. Keep in mind that this is a short line extension. It was Pioneer Street was a project that was for the Clint sewer project. This is an area that one street that was forgotten, I guess. And we are trying to fix that problem and have those customers there at the Pioneer Street service. And so what we are trying to do is, have some guidance from you all and see if it's something that you all want to do as if we were doing for Rosa Azul. And so we talked about it, and I gave the board 3 options that we would like for you all to look at. And so that's the reason of this item this evening, Madam President.
All right, so you mentioned that you met with the engineering committee and the finance committee. I'd like to hear from both committees. What you all recommend, please? Now, don't jump at once, neither one, okay?
We
Ma'am, if I may,
recommended,
go ahead, Henry.
go ahead. Okay. Go ahead.
So from the finance committee, there was a couple of options, and what Mr. Carrasco had stated was just to make it fair to everybody. We wanted to make sure we didn't overcharge anybody, but I think the options were either to provide either $830 fee or have them decommission the sewer, and it would cost like $2,200. Is that correct, Mike?
Yes, sir. It's 800. So the charge right now that we're charging Rosa Azul is $823.50.
Okay.
Of course, we are getting offset some of the costs for the decommissioning because of the NetBank grant that we received. And right now, the decommissioning of the septic tank is $2,250 is what we're being charged by Rio Grande.
Okay, so what we're suggesting is they either pay the $2,250, or if they want to do the work themselves, they pay the $830.
Yeah, and I think we had agreed on that. So it give the customer the option, and if they want to do their own, contract somebody and decommission it, then they can do it, and then charge them the $823.50.
Yes.
So we'll go with that action.
Okay. So actually, the customer is going to have a choice, one or the other, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And if
All
I'm understanding correctly, it's consistent with any of your projects that'll be upcoming in the future.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
And for the record, that this project was not left out from the project earlier, just something that was and it wasn't part of the original scope, but it's something we want to continue on. But they weren't left out on purpose or anything of that nature in the past, just for the record.
Okay. Okay, so if no one has any further questions, do I hear a motion to approve?
I so move, Rosie.
Thank you, Mr. Trujillo. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
And seconded by Mr. Estrada. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, we-
Item 15, discussion and possible action to approve change order number 4 for Rosa Azul wastewater collector project. Daniel.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. For this item, we would like to table this item since we're still missing some final cost from the contractor. So we'd rather have a final cost and then come back and present it. So we have a final cost. So we would like to
Yeah.
table this item.
Okay.
Okay, I still move that we table the item
Second?
and seconded by Mr. Trujillo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 16, discussion and possible action to approve Lower Valley Water District sewer modeling. Daniel?
We met with the engineering committee and with the finance committee for all the engineering items for this board. And on this one, we would like to start our sewer model for the whole district. As you may know, our consultant is currently doing an assessment of our manholes. They're getting elevations and flow lines. For each elevation in the district, there's around 4,000 manholes in the district. So the continuation to this assessment will be doing the sewer model, which will help us to get a better idea where we stand and which flows we have, and if we have capacity in our system. So we're bringing this item to the board for approval for a total amount of $668,503.24. And we would like to recommend approval of this item as presented to the board.
And so what was the total? 600 and what?
668,503.24.
Did you guys think that the Lower Valley Water District won the lotto or what?
Yeah.
I wonder where the 24 cents came from.
Okay, and so is every one of the directors in agreement with this?
I just have one quick question, ma'am, if I will. What's the duration of this model? Is it for a year or 2 years or how long?
Yeah, well, we're about to finish the assessment. Probably in the next 2 months, we should have everything ready. We should have the elevations and ready. So it's just analysis, just running the model one over and over again until we get some accurate data. We're gonna be installing flow meters. So there's some field work involved, so since we have to get data. And then we go back, the consultant will go back and check all the data and just make sure that everything works. So probably the field work is gonna take us, I'll say, 4 to 5 months. And then another 3 to 4 months for the analysis.
Okay, so about 4 months after that.
And we definitely have this money in the budget and we're okay because we don't want Mr. Hernandez to come back after us, right?
Hernandez, talk to us.
Yes, we do have the money.
We don't?
Yes, we have the money. We
Oh.
have.
Okay. I figure, okay.
Okay.
All righty, if no one has any questions that we need to move forward with this, and there's no chance that you're gonna come back and say that it's gonna cost some additional money, right, Daniel?
Yeah, correct.
You're smiling and it worries me. Okay, I so move that we approve item 16 as presented to us, not to exceed the $668,523.
I'll second the motion.
Seconded by Mr. Chavez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 17, discussion and possible action to approve surveying services for 2,100 linear feet, track 2G, block 9, and tracks 5J, 5H2, and 5H1, block 6, San Elizario Grant, El Paso County, Texas.
So we met with property owners on the area. This area is by North Loop and Phantom Road, Ruffian Road. So it's pretty close here to the district. So we met with the residents on the area. There's probably six to seven residents living on that area that currently don't have water services. So this survey will allow us to start our design and then continue into construction. So this will be an in-house project. So to start all the process and start all the design and construction, this is a survey. So this survey is for an amount of $10,481. and we would like to recommend approval.
Okay, so it's gonna cost us $10,481 and what?
$81. 81.
Okay. And I'm sure you met with the engineering committee as well.
Correct.
Does anyone have any questions regarding this?
Just a quick question, if I may. That Ruffian Road, we won't have to, it's not a paved road. So if we go in there, provide them water, there's no need to pave it, correct?
Yeah, correct. Actually, on Ruffian, they have water already. The thing is that for this road, there's no name. It's pretty much just an easement, and we can run our water line in there. It's probably next to Ruffian Road.
Yeah, what
There's a
happened?
little bit like strip.
What happened, guys, is when Mr. Jorgensen was here, they approved Ruffian Road, but they neglected the street immediately south of there. I don't know why, but it got left out. And Ruffian Road is where Mr. Jorgensen used to live.
Yeah, I was gonna say where Jurgensen was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is just the approval for the survey services.
The survey.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Correct.
No questions, thank you.
I so move to approve item 17, not to exceed $10,481 as presented.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Trujillo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That, Daniel, it looks like you took over the agenda. Item 18,
sorry.
discussion and possible action to approve change order number 1 for manhole rehabilitation with triplex liner. I was gonna say linear.
Okay, this is in regards to our manhole rehabilitation on the district. This is the one that Mr. Grijalva showed on his general manager's report. There is on Rio Vista by Lift Station 1 by the IDA school. There's another sinkhole created, and our manhole needs rehabilitation. And we would like to rehabilitate this with the same rehabilitation method that we're using, which is a triplex liner. And this is for $39,972. And this will cover all the work from the contractor. And we would like to proceed with recommending approval of this item as presented.
And there's not gonna be any additional fees to change the order or anything like that?
No, actually the vendor, the contractor, they were here taking measurements of the manhole.
Okay.
So they know what they're facing.
Does any other director have any questions regarding this item? I guess not. With that in mind, I'll so move to approve item 18 as presented by Daniel
I'll second the motion.
and seconded by Mr. Chavez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 19, discussion and possible action to approve Santiago Bustamante Avenue wastewater improvements. Daniel.
This goes hand in hand with the item that Mr. Flores presented, item 13. As you may know, this is for the engineering services, and it will cover bidding phase services and project management services. And this is for Santiago Bustamante's Avenue. This is for a total amount of $82,219. And we would like to proceed with recommending approval of this item.
Who's paying for it?
Yeah.
Are the Indians paying for it or are we?
Correct. No, we're not. They are. They will be providing the funding.
Reimburses. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, does anyone have any questions on this? If not, there again, I so move that we approve item 19, understanding that the Tiguas are going to reimburse Lower Valley Water District for these improvements. That is a form of a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Chavez, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. I think someone's mic is sounding like different, whoever tried to approve. Item 20, discussion and possible action to approve change order number 1.
This is for
Oh, I'm
the,
sorry, let me finish. El Conquistador subdivision wastewater collection system improvements. Daniel?
this is for El Conquistador and Lourdes area. As Mr. Grijalva mentioned, this will be for the easements, so we can go through the back of the property, which will avoid going through text that which will give us some savings on the construction. And this is for acquiring easement from our consultant, and this is for an amount of $11,094, and we would like to recommend approval for this item as presented.
Okay, anyone have any questions on this item? I guess I'm
No
on the
question.
road, so I move to approve the item as presented to us, not to exceed more than $11,094.
I'll second the motion.
Second by Mr. Chavez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Item 21, discussion and possible action regarding Lower Valley Water District policy concerning COVID-19. Sabrina. Thank you, Daniel.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board and staff. As you may be aware, on May 18th, Governor Abbott signed an executive order banning government entities from requiring masks, and the order went into effect that Friday. So we wanted to talk about some of the policies that we currently have in place and talk about opening the lobby, setting a date for opening the lobby, as well as requiring masks in meetings, and see when we'll have a next in-person board meeting.
I guess there's mixed emotions on this. I think some people are going to be a little leery about getting too close to someone without knowing if they've had a vaccine or not. Can't ask, it doesn't matter. I think that America is moving forward, just like the entire world, trying to get back into making the economy grow and successful and beneficial and financially make sure everything's in order. I'm sure that several of us have mixed emotions. I personally still wear my mask. I think here, based on the fact that the governor has done so, I don't think we can change anything. I think we're going to go ahead and go with the rule. If I'm not mistaken, I think Steve can tell us better than that this is correct. I so hope that everyone agrees that I think we can go ahead and reopen the lobby like we had stated before, so June 1st. And I think each and every one of us can just either be role models or set the example, or, pick and choose what you want. If we want to wear a mask, we continue to wear a mask. No doubt that as board members, we will be having our meetings starting June 1st as well, that we can no longer be virtual, if I'm not mistaken. I ask that we still continue to practice social distance. Mr. Grijalva, I think you'll have to set us up where we are a little separated. I don't want Henry breathing in my career. I want to make sure that I keep my distance from it. I think we'll all just be responsible individuals, and I think we're all grown-ups enough to know right from wrong and not go crazy. I think we can be careful and respectful to others as well. And as far as the employees, I think employees need to understand, Sabrina, this is your job to make sure that all the employees understand that if there is an employee that continues and elects to use their mask, they need to respect that. If there is an employee that chooses not to, that's fine. Keeping in mind now, though, that any employee that comes up sick understands they won't be compensated by the district. They're on their own time as far as sick leave or annual leave or vacation, whatever the case may be. I don't know how any of the other directors feel. Mr. Carrasco is on the Human Resource Committee with me. So Mr. Carrasco, I'd like to hear your opinion on this as well.
No, no much more comments. I mean, just like we just have to follow the guidelines that were set forth and just trust the administration to continue doing as they've been, working with the employees and just knowing that we're doing everything possible to keep the employees safe. And that's pretty much all we can do.
I think the one thing that we do want to practice, Sabrina, as HR individuals, is that we still maintain that we have hand sanitizer and that the areas continue to be disinfected.
Okay.
So that we do everything we possibly can to continue to keep people safe. at least we can say we tried and that we didn't stop completely not to do that. I think that's going to be a practice nationwide. I think people are going to continue to use their hand sanitizer and try to do everything possible because you don't know. Okay. I don't know how the rest of the board feels, or if they want to voice their opinion or are okay with what we're going to do. I know that it'll be nice to see everyone again and hopefully get back slowly into getting back into our regular routine, being very cautious, and we'll see where it takes us.
I think I think we're all been conditioned differently, and we've all learned from all this as far as taking care of each other and doing things. So, I'm sure, like I said, we've been conditioned differently, and hand washing and distancing and the whole bit kind of just is part of our normal routine. So I look forward to it. And I trust, like I said, I trust the administration to take care of the employees. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Mr. Rijalva and his staff have done an excellent job in trying to do everything possible to keep everyone safe. And I think for those directors that haven't been by the office, wow, I was really impressed with the change. It's really nice. And I love the color that's no longer blue, Mr. Carrasco. It's awesome. It's really nice. But anyhow,
I got tear
okay, so I guess if this is an item, is Steve on there? I don't see Steve. Yeah, there he is.
There.
I'm here.
Okay, so this item says discussion and possible action regarding Lower Valley policy concerning COVID-19. So I guess we'll make a motion to approve to open the lobby as of June 1st and start holding our board meetings at the office. Is this correct, sir?
You can, yes, that's correct.
All righty. That is a form of a motion, along with all those employees that elect not to wear a mask are entitled to do so, and those that wish to continue to wear a mask, that they are supported and not criticized, and that we move forward with this. That is a form of a motion. Do I hear a second?
Wow.
Second. Maybe you all don't want to do that.
Nope. I'll
Seconded
second
by Mr. Trujillo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 22, thank you, Steve. Item 22, Board of Directors will retire in executive session pursuant to sections 551.071 through 551.076, Texas Government Code, to discuss any of the following: 551.071 and 551.074, discussion regarding pending personnel matters. It is 7:34. We will leave the meeting to continue the executive session. Thank you.
Leave the meeting. Okay, leaving meeting. Okay, I left the meeting.
Better call Henry. It's not.
Mr. Trujillo, I believe you're still in the meeting. Can you open up Zoom again?
Okay.
Click on the Zoom application.
Go to
Zoom and then tap on the screen and then press leave.
There we go. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Is everyone on there? Rod's on there.
I'm here.
I see Mr. Estrada. Mr. Carrasco's on there.
Yes.
I don't see Henry. Ryan, is Henry on there? No, right?
No, he hasn't joined yet. Should I just call him?
He's calling his son. Hey, Henry Joe, get over here. Help me.
There he is.
There he is.
Okay, the board's back in session. It's 7:40 PM. There was no action taken in executive session. The next item on the agenda is item 23, adjournment. I so move to adjourn,
I second.
seconded by Mr. Carrasco. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Good night. Thank you all. See you at the next meeting in person. God bless. Take care.